Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, this is Many a True Nut, and welcome to The Park, a spooky game. Because you see, when I did Soma, lots of people said they actually really enjoyed Soma. Soma was actually a series that did way better than I thought it was going to, and people said they quite enjoyed me playing these kind of more like scary games. No, I don't like scary games that are like jump scare games. That's why, like, I will never play Five Nights at Freddy's, for example. I don't like being jump scared. I don't enjoy the sensation of being shocked and that sort of thing. But psychological horror, that sort of horror that just kind of gets under your skin and makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, I quite enjoy that. I admire it. I think it requires a fair bit of artistry to do well, and that is what The Park is. The Park is a psychological horror set in a creepy theme park at night, which is a beautiful setting for such a thing. So, let's dive into this, shall we? The Park is a narrative experience best played in a dark room wearing headphones. Well, no, I'm sorry, game, but no.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
So am I in control? Okay, so I'm a mother, and there's a kid there. Right, well that kid's getting kidnapped or otherwise going missing then, aren't they? There's no bloody chance in hell that's not happening. So, as far as I can tell, there's like not much in the way of controls here, aside from you're literally basically moving around. So we've got kind of, we're in the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing we're supposed to be like, we can, oh, I assume that would be an invisible wall. So that means, where is the invisible wall, game? Now you've told me I can go this way. I'm just thinking if I can just straight up abandon my child. Possibly not, because the Fallout 4 style flipping apocalypse sweeps in if you try. So I can't just run off and abandon my child. Fine. So, alright. What have we got here? Atlantic Island Park. Bingo, heading this way. So I'm guessing we're just supposed to be, like, lost.
Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience.
I'm guessing we're just supposed to be, like, lost and stopping here for directions. Because, like, this, it's all about an abandoned park. Oh, blimey. Terrifying. Press A to interact with objects in the world. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Let's go and have a look-see here. Examine the plaque.
Callum was born the day this place opened. This is his favorite place in the world.
A tribute to the untamed heart of Solomon Island and the people who use their talents to bring the dream of Nathaniel Winter to life. May this park be a place where joy and laughter are gathered and used to infect all of those who follow after. Dedicated this first day of May 1977. Oh! So we're quite a way in the past, because if my son was born, he looks like he's not more than, like, I don't know, 10, 12 or something. So we are presumably sometime in the 80s. And, yeah, if we look at actually the cars are a little bit retro. All right, story checks out. Fine. So we've got ourselves a plaque here. Ah, information. Now, I'm guessing no one's going to be here. Oh, a man just appeared. Lovely.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
She looked really relaxed about that. I mean, not least about the man who appeared out of nowhere, knew about something missing that he couldn't possibly have known. How did you know about? There's no way he could have known that it was a lost teddy bear was the issue. And so is this place actually still open? We're just going into it at night? I guess, like, maybe it's still open, but it's now closed for the day, but we've left the teddy bear inside. Okay, that's probably what's going. Ooh. Not bad shadow work there. Well done, game. So press B to shout to Callum. Shouting provides audible and visual clues to guide you.
Wait for Mommy, Callum!
Over here.
Wait for Mommy, Callum!
Come on, this way.
Yeah, okay, so shouting actually provides like a little kind of little wibble that tells you where to go. All right. I don't know. I'm already trying to second guess the twist, which is that guy I'm pretty sure doesn't exist. My son probably doesn't exist. My son probably died. My son's probably dead already. In we go. And I'm guessing there's absolutely no way to get back out again, obviously. I physically can't leave now even if I wanted to. No, no. No, of course not. I actually can't leave. I'm now trapped in the park forever. Atlantic Island Park. Nathaniel Winter. If you look like that, don't portray yourself as the face of a children's amusement park, okay? That's just weird. Okay, read the flyer. What have we got? Ooh! It's one of those games where you can look down and see yourself. I love it when that happens. I tell you what, this one's doing a better job than some of Realistic Walking. Dead Island did this and it looked absolutely bloody dreadful. All the various attractions, including what Chad the Chipmunk recommends. Oh, there's going to be creepy mascots. There's going to be creepy mascots. Good.
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
I've got... Oh, I think... I don't know. Something's wrong. Oh, something's very wrong. In fact, there's not just something wrong with her, that she had a wibble a second ago and actually another wibble because it's magically become night, but because we're still on the escalator, time is just mysteriously accelerated. Oh, good. Let's just skip straight into the bloody creepy park, why don't we? What's that down there? Oh, that's the back of the thing. That's the back of the thing. All right.
Oh, God. The park. What happened here?
Why do I get the feeling that what she was just saying on the escalator is thematically important? The idea of it being a barrier to what we might dream. Like, the entrance being pristine condition and everything working was just what she imagined. And that this is how the park actually is. The park is ruined. Hello?
Come back, Callum.
What have we got here? Oh, a little map.
Lost here.
Okay. We've got an entrance. A house of horrors. Oh, that's going to be fun. The tunnel of tales. The Octotron. The Ferris wheel. The bumper cars. And the roller coaster. Okay, so this isn't a big park. I feel like this is... I'm pretty sure I read this is actually quite a small game. So, this is not going to be a huge game. Fine. I don't have like a flashlight or anything, and I don't really have much of a way of interacting with the world, to be honest. Oh.
Callum, stay where you are.
Okay. Let's start calling the twist now. The theme park is closed and abandoned.
Come back, Callum.
Because somebody died here. And the person who died here is my son. And I've gone mental, which explains the first line of the game. That in my heart and mind, I always come back to Atlantic Island Park. She's obsessed with this place because of her son dying here. Now, I'm guessing this way is going to be blocked off, so I have to go round the big loop the other way, and that's going to be how the game's structured. Just kind of... Ferns wibbling in the light is creepy. Ferns wibbling in the light is very creepy. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that is Sideshow Alley. The roller coaster beyond it, but this is... What can I do here? Well, I can't see a way to get through there, so I'm guessing I'm going the other way, and I'm going in a big loop around the park, so that's why the game we're going that way. So I can either walk or run. Oh, blimey. That'll be the house... Obviously, we're doing the House of Horrors first, then. Good, good.
Mommy needs to see you, Callum.
Over here.
Over here in the giant, terrifying mouth, obviously. That seems like it. Oh! Yeah. Bats live in there, of course. So that's the House of Horrors. And, oh, hello. Carrie Killian is Satan's whore. That's a bit harsh to poor Carrie Killian. So, I could go in there. Or I could say, no, I don't want to go in there. I never want to go in there in my entire life because that's terrifying. And walk straight past it to the Tunnel of Tales, which sounds less scary. Although I'm guessing the game's going to stop me just kind of heading this way and somehow force me into the House of Horrors. Or maybe it is more open than I'm expecting, but I'm expecting to have to do each of the attractions, like, in the right order. Ooh, is that a thing? No, that's just like a puddle. Okay, that is examine shoe. Examine
I
shoe.
think this belongs to Callum.
That's good. That means if I've got that, he can't get that far. Okay, actually, you know, I think I might be on the right track here. I don't have to just go into things in the right order. I can go things in
Chad
whatever
the
order I
Chipmunk,
want.
huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Chad the Chipmunk welcomes you to Atlantic Island Park. Chad can be seen in daily ice sculpting shows in the following locations: Sideshow Alley, the Octotron Park entrance. Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die useless slob. Good, good, good. Terrifying, terrifying mascot thing. There's a bathroom here, which I am not allowed into. Fine. And read handwritten note.
What is this about?
So this is presumably a note from Nathaniel Winter himself. He purchased the land cheap but was warned something was wrong with it, which was why it was so cheap. The land supposedly remembers something dark and terrible that was done.
Don't hide from me, Callum.
Come on, this way.
Come on this way. I'm still following Callum's voice. And this is the Tunnel of Tales. Oh! Okay, so it's like, I don't know what you really called these. Like,
Callum, stay where you
like
are.
a Tunnel of Love. We don't really have those in Britain. Like, as a ride, you don't really find those. Like, if you've got, like, a water ride, you've got, like, rapids instead. Well, alright, this seems more reasonable. Am I allowed to get into one of these? I feel like, yeah, going on a ride is probably sensible. Let me just get on this. Is this going to stop for me? Hello? Ride Swan. Alright, warm myself up with a nice swan ride before we go to the House of Horrors. I feel like that I want to be warmed up for. There was someone who was riding the swan unsafely. Crashed.
Mommy needs to see you, Callum.
No word from Callum on this occasion. And we're heading into... Like, I'm guessing... The Tunnel of Tales does not sound like it's supposed to be scary. Like, I've always assumed things like this are supposed to be like... They're supposed to be like a thing that couples can ride. Basically just an excuse for teenagers to snog in the dark where no one can see them, right?
Callum, where did you go?
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. We will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow.
What was that?
And abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves
Just
them,
noticed the creepy
children
chipmunk there.
wait a while,
Don't like
then
that.
follow the trail back to their parents' house.
Now we've made it through the whole thing, hearing the always slightly creepy Hansel and Gretel story, and we're almost at the exit. And aside from some odd rumbling, I haven't seen anything else in here.
And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Is that in the original story? It's probably in the very original story, because the original Grimm fairy tales are indeed bloody monstrous. The versions that we get today are very sanitized, but I feel like that wasn't necessary. Uh-oh. 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 I don't like... What? No. I just want to be friends. Don't. I'm fine. I think you did a good job. I'm planning to tip you. I'm planning to tip you really generously when we get off the swan boat. You know what? Maybe just let me off here. It's here. It's fine. Hello? I'd like to get off now. Okay, I see what we're dealing with now here. It's just that very slow, creepy sort of
Hansel
thing.
and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws.
Okay, so each ride we learn something about the backstory of these characters. So even though the game's probably not actually forcing you anywhere, I'm guessing you can just go around the whole park going into like everything, but until you go into everything, you don't get the whole story. So, alright, fine. Utterly terrifying giant house of horrors.
Come out, sweetie.
I don't like House of Horrors anyway. I don't like haunted houses. They freak me out. But you know what? Alright, in we go. Let's have what the probably the most obvious jump scares of this game is going to be.
Too dark. I'm not going in there without a flashlight.
Oh, I can't. Okay, the House of Horrors is probably being saved up for last then. I can't go in without a flashlight, so they're saving it up for last. Which is quite clever when you think about it, because they've introduced the concept that there's going to be a House of Horrors later, right at the beginning of the game, so you're fearing it in anticipation for the whole game. I see, that's genuinely quite clever. Okay, and of course now it's a House of Horrors where I need to go into it in pitch black with just a torch, which is scary, very scary in its own way too. Lovely. Alright, so back to here, and the next thing round the thing is the Octotron. I'm guessing one of those kind of big rides that kind of spins cars around and stuff, I'm guessing is kind of what's coming up next. Therefore, just keep an eye out for anything on the track that we might be able to use or read first. There's the thing we've already been through. I mean, I think anything that's like around here is pretty well flagged, but...
I'm not playing anymore, Callum. Wait, Callum!
Ooh, hello! What have we got here?
Accident. This place.
Another accident. Open the door. Big old teddy bear. Well, that's what happens when you let the teddy bear drive, isn't it? No, I'm not saying bears can't. I'm not racist against bears, but you know. So another mention of this Archie Henderson, who it's originally supposed owned this land, but did something terrible on it that meant everyone was scared of the land. So okay. And it looks like, yeah, another accident. Something bad happened here. And yeah, I'm guessing that what actually happened is one of these accidents was, my son. My son died in this park, and that's why I'm exploring it now. Why? Or maybe I'm not even here at all. Maybe this is all in my mind. In my mind and body, I always come back to Atlantic Island Park, because I'm reliving the place where my son died. But there's nothing up there. Fine. Ooh, I don't like scary games that much. I admire them, and I think they're worth playing because sometimes they do very, very clever things. But I'm not always in fate. I like being unnerved, and I like being made uncomfortable, because those are the games that make you think. But I don't really like being scared. But that's the Octotron, and that's a big ass Ferris wheel in the background. Bloody hell, that's impressive. So okay, an Octotron in the middle of a lake, by the looks of it. Lovely. Strange that everything else has power, but the haunted house was completely in the dark. Alright. I'm guessing we need to go on a ride on this thing. I'm just not sure how much can go wrong on an Octotron aside from it breaking down and... Oh, that's a creepy bird.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy.
Examine the report, okay.
The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
So one of the incidents was that chipmunk who we read earlier did the ice sculptings, which was clearly a thing the park did. One of the guys in the suit wasn't very good at it and was trying to do a face and made a really crappy face, and that made a teenager made a rude comment, and the guy snapped and attacked the kid with the ice pick. Alright, fine. Now, where's the entrance or exit to this old thing? Ah, there it is, round there. I see it. Yep, lovely. And the Ferris wheel beyond it. Fine. Let's crack on this thing. I'm guessing I need to give it a ride. I'm not sure. Like, I'm just curious, like, ooh, hang on. So that's the way onto the Ferris wheel. Fine. And this is presumably where we board this thing.
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
She was suffering from, well, possibly postnatal depression. She had her son, but she didn't necessarily want or enjoy being a mother. Right, I'd say decrease the speed. Yeah, decrease the speed. How much more can we decrease the speed? Can we just basically make it effectively 0 speed? Can we just turn it off, basically? Yep, decrease that speed. There we are. So now the speed's basically been stopped. I'm guessing I'm not allowed to... Oh, I'm allowed to ride it. Though, now I've turned it off, what does that... Now I'm curious what that means, because I've basically turned the damn thing off at this point. So, oh no, it's pretty much a kind of a default ride at this point. So, we're on the Octotron. What exactly is the game planning to do here? I'm trying to kind of keep an eye out for if there's anything that's going to kind of happen around the Octotron, but I don't... Wait, what? What was that on the side there? Wait, what the hell is that on the side? And now it's not there anymore. What? Ah, Polaroid, fine.
Oh, I remember this.
That is... I look different there. The hair's a little bit different. Is that supposed to be therefore from the past? Alright. Well, let's just very quickly ramp up the speed of this thing. I'm going to want to see what happens if you're going to go and put it up to maximum speed. That's right, increase the speed. Ah, there's a little dial here that's actually accurate. Good. Increase speed beyond safe measures. That's right, warp speed, Captain. Beautiful. I'm guessing this thing's gonna... Oh, that does not look safe. Continue increasing speed. Continue increasing the speed. Now that I've turned it up to ridiculous speed, kind of curious what happens next. Does the whole thing like explode or something? Also, we've got 2 ways we can go now. We've kind of got... There we go. Yeah, we've got a way that leads up towards the Ferris wheel. Or this way over here. Because I swear this can't be the way I came in. Because this is where the entrance is. Yeah, that's where I came in over there. That way goes up to the Ferris wheel. Let's go up to the Ferris wheel first. Oh, it looks like it goes up to the Ferris wheel. So let's head up that way. Because I can't remember if the map had a branching path. I don't remember a branching path. I thought it was basically just a big old loop. So we can come back to this. Oh! Can't come this way. Something's gone wrong here. Fine. Ah, Nathaniel was swindled out of missing fake plans for his amusement park. And as a result, he had to sort of improvise and make up some of it himself.
Come to mommy, Callum.
Which is probably where everything went wrong. Fake plans. Okay. Well, the only way to go is this way in that case. Yeah, let's have a quick look at the map while we're here. Oh yes, there's another little loop here. So the Ferris wheel that way is broken for the moment. I need to go back up there. I need to cut by the bumper cars, and then I've got a 3-way option. Roller coaster, Ferris wheel, or that alleyway. Fine. Oh, is this building open? Why is this? It's just a dark building with some sparks in it, but I don't see a way in. Fine. Oh, read a page again. So a local chap called Steve, just like a kid from the high school. Oh, flipping. Okay, fine. Flash a light, that was just a reflection. A local kid called Steve from a high school, dressed up as the chipmunk, but he was wearing the chipmunk suit a lot. He got kinda into it. Alright, fine.
Callum, come back here right now.
And in the end, everyone got a bit creeped out by him, and he was presumably the one that went nuts and killed the people with the ice pick. But why was he so obsessed with the ice sculpting? What's the deal with the ice sculpting? Ah! Dodgems. Actually, I can't get into the Dodgems via that way, unless that's the exit. Can I get in this way? Okay, I can get in this way, fine. So I've got to examine the device. What's this? Okay, that would be a good bit of supporting evidence for the fact that this is all just happening in my head. The fact that I've all just gone a bit mad. Yeah, this would be excellent supporting theory for that if actually what's going on is I'm receiving electroshock therapy at the moment to try and deal with the trauma of the fact that my son died in an amusement park ride. I'm guessing I need to go over to the light over there. That one over there. That's nothing, is it? No, that's nothing. Yeah, the one that's lit up. Don't trust the one that's lit up one bloody bit. Alright? I don't trust you for a second. What are you about to do? Keep an eye on the others. Keep an eye on... Just watch the bumper cars, alright? Because I don't trust this for one bit. Ooh, an accident report. Okay. Now this I rather like. It's a proper accident report, including notes like, you know, did you see a doctor, have the relevant forms been filled out, supervisor's comments, what could be done to make this not happen again in future, etc. That's all quite cute. It's actually a proper accident report. On the other hand, based on what just happened, the moment I put this report down, I'm scared what's about to happen, so I'm prepared for the shock. Yep. Something's happening. Oh, and it's a runaway bumper car. Hello! Freedom! It wanted freedom. It didn't quite get it. Okay, I should probably go check that out. Ah! This will be the way that leads me up to the, this will be the way that leads me up to the Ferris wheel. So I'm guessing, actually, if I go back this way, the way that leads down to the roller coaster will be closed, so the only route I can go is up here. But I'm just going to check in case there's like an object up here that I want to kind of collect or something. Yep, indeed, there's a page here. So after the accidents that we've already kind of covered, the park inspector wanted to close the place down, and now this is a disaster for my ultimate plans. So says, presumably, the chap behind everything. Which is very, very interesting, because what kind of special ultimate plans do you have when you have an amusement park? Alright, well it looks like there might be a way down there, so I've got that page now, so I'm going to go the way the game just prompted me to go, because that feels like the most sensible thing to do. Head via the way that was just kind of crashed open, past that bumper car, and up towards the Ferris wheel. So we've got accidents. A van hit a kid. Bumper car, when they were being delivered, one of them fell out and caused, like, some trouble.
Don't be afraid.
Caused some trouble for someone who they landed on the head of. And by caused some trouble, I mean they died.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony.
I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me.
But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
Ah, that's a big old terrifying Ferris wheel, by the way. That thing's massive. Ah. So yeah, of course, I forget. We're back in time when mental health provision was a little bit more basic and ridiculous. So yes, when she was told she was having psychological problems, she ended up receiving electroshock treatment. Aha.
Callum, where did you go?
Got something else here, lovely. And now we're starting to get to the crux of it. Nathaniel What's-His-Face deliberately chose this location because it was a nexus for dark energy, so he says he believed all the superstitious stuff. And as a result, that was... yeah, he believed all this stuff and he actually wanted to use it for something. Why do I get the feeling that if he believes in, like, superstitious mumbo-jumbo, there's a possibility that he could believe something about if a kid died here, that could be, while it would be chalked up to being an accident, it could be viewed as a sacrifice, depending on what you believed. Right, let's just nip down here. This is the broken path I came up to. I'm just going to go down here in case there's any more objects. So there's the Octotron still running at full speed, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing actually down here. Fine. Alright, ride number 3. The Ferris wheel. Let's head up here, shall we? So the inspector wanted to shut the place down because of an alarmingly high number of incidents. Even though things looked like they were constructed well, he thought there might be something wrong with the plans, which we know there was something wrong with the plans. So, family of 3 killed when a roller coaster cart derailed, 14 incidents of broken ribs, etc. on the Octotron, 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel, but again, could have been someone just falling out if it was badly constructed. Child seriously injured on the escalator. Now, I'm wondering if that could be my son. Because when we first went up the escalator, that's when days snapped into night, and there was a broken item where there was like a smear of spatter of red along it. I'm sort of wondering if that could have been somehow connected, and one report of a drowning in the Tunnel of Tales, though we don't know anything about that. I went through that and I didn't see anything that could be rated right. Prepare for a jump scare. Yeah, we're good. Okay, lovely. And we can increase and decrease speed again. Let's just decrease the speed for now, right down to very little before we ride it. I want this to be nice and safe for me. Beautiful. Nice. Now, admittedly, like, when you go on to, I think it's just like, it's a dedicated speed, like, you can't change it, but, right, let's ride the Ferris wheel and figure out what exactly is going to go on here, because why do we have the feeling that someone's going to appear opposite to me at some point? Okay, got... Plus, of course, like, I can really only, like, properly look out one way or the other. So, yeah, I'm getting the feeling something's going to appear opposite me. So we don't really have visibility of much at this point because the direction we're in at the moment, the side that we're facing.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed, but I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Don and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Don was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over. Just
me, or is it slightly weird that she would come back to Atlantic Island Park and make it Callum's favourite place. Well, I guess maybe if she wanted to come and grieve and he wanted to just come and he never knew that, like, that was an important part of, like... Oh, hello! Hello, strange person. You, I think, are the same weird man that I saw. I saw a giant version of you, didn't I? Yes, I did. I saw a giant version of you before. Yeah, that is Nathaniel Winter. Right, let's just increase the speed up to maximum just to get this thing properly going. I don't know, maybe the ending depends on whether you, like, you know, safely turn off all the rides or whack them right up to top speed or something. I don't know. But yes, obviously that creepy man in the hat is, I'm pretty sure, Nathaniel Winter in some capacity or other. Given we saw Nathaniel Winter in a big hat last time. Oh, that doesn't look like a safe. That doesn't look like a safe Ferris wheel. Beautiful. That's what we wanted to see. Nice. Let's get that thing going. And round to the roller coaster. Hello. What? Ah. A collapsed car of some description. This would be... Take the roller coaster. Ah, the roller coaster ticket. Oh, hello. That is more roller coaster things. Ah. I'm guessing that just opened the way for me. So now I've got the roller coaster ticket. I can actually ride the roller coaster. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with about half the park cleared and slightly creepy man who I think is pulling the strings behind the whole thing starting to emerge from the shadows, I'm going to call it a part there and pick this up later this week. So soon the conclusion. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the really rather unnerving The Park. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Here, have a hat. Oh, you don't have a head. I'm sorry. That was really insensitive of me. Oh, I don't want to interface with whatever this is, but all right. Oh, God, he's running Windows 8. No bloody wonder it's all gone tits up. Fire extinguisher, if it's a choice between you and me, I'm afraid I'm sacrificing you, just FYI.